Nnamdi Kanu, you don't come bring change. Release some make them smile, feel like the eagle farm. Baba, we dey celebrate, oh. No more things we dey jubilate, oh. Happy Father's Day to you. Peace and joy for us too. Peace and joy for us too. Release and now be free and now. Fathers of the show. Baba, we that you we here. Together now we grow. Release and joy for us too. Release and Nnamdi free and now. Fathers of the show. Baba, we that you we here. Together now we grow. Nnamdi Kanu, children they shout release up. Biafrans love you. We missed you. The sacrifice can never be in vain, can't you see? Freedom's calling. Oh, 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 we stand united. Oh, oh, freedom ignited. Oh, oh, hearts and divided. You will fight it. Journey's long, but faith never wavers. Strength in numbers of the bravest. Holding on to dreams so dear. Liberty so near. All these hearts all together. Oh, oh, now and forever. Oh, oh, better days ahead. We'll never forget. Oh, we stand united. Oh, oh, freedom ignited. Oh, oh, hearts undivided. You will fight it. Oh, rise up together. Oh, now and forever. Oh, better days ahead. We'll never forget. Oh, we stand united. Oh, 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 freedom ignited. Oh, 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 hearts undivided. You will fight it. Who release them, not a leader, good man, who loves his people more than his life, free and now. Free. Good man who loves his people more than his life, free and now. Freedom from Nnamdi Kanu, we stand now, Oliver. Good man who loves his people more than his life, free and now. Freedom for Nnamdi Kanu, we stand now, Oliver. Good man who loves his people more than his life, free and now.
Oh, yes, my wonderful people of Biafra, you are all welcome this wonderful day. Again, we don't come, we don't bang, we don't para. I greet everyone where they here, anywhere you there, anywhere you are watching from. Thank you for joining me this day. I can see Evans, and they were my brother. Good morning. Chinedu, they were. Good evening. You know, see this life where we day into, so as some people they sleep, some people they wake up, and some people they go work, and some people they go bed. That is why God will pass them all. God the pastor no be small. Chinedu Evans say good morning. That means kita go na teta nola. Afọ nwa Chinedu afọ nwa. I say good evening. Yeah, on abata ọrụ abata. You Biafra one them there. Oh, I greet you. Firstborn Alpha. I greet you. Go Michael. I greet you and every other person out there. Watching, I greet you, and those that will watch later, one love everybody. Today, you see, this Nigeria know how to paint wrong narrative. They know how to paint wrong pictures, especially Chukwuka Dibia, what a name they were. When it comes to Biafra, you go see them know how to twist everything. They know how to twist everything. But God will pass them. Mazi John and they will. So this Nnamdi Kanu matter now. Nnamdi Kanu have. I want us all to know, because I know those when they call me waiting that they talk. Listen, me, I'm not bothered. Like I used to say, me, I'm not bothered by what anybody is saying. I am bothered by what I see, not what I hear. Not what I hear. When somebody tell you, remember Abaribe come out to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu have agreed to abide and keep every rules, every instruction, every law, every order given to him by Nigerian government. But we had a council, a law, the special council, come to tell you, say, that wasn't what Nnamdi Kanu said. Today, another narrative that this, that. Well, as if we will discuss that anyway. But Nigeria have, I think last week, or was it last 2 weeks, that I made a video telling us that Fulanese, the Meiti Allah, are demanding for ministry for cows. Ministry for them, but they did not call it ministry for cows. They called it ministry for animal ministry, or livestock's and livestock's ministry. But in the recess, what they are demanding for is ministry for malu, ministry for cow. Even for where they give the news, if you go there, you go see say na cow they draw there. They don't draw goat, they don't draw anything. I will just show you a little, then we will listen to one or two things as well before we talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. Now, if you see here, you will see what is happening here. You see, I don't know what anyway, but the important thing is for you to see that this is cow that we are talking about. You can see that is cow that we are talking about. That is the cow. That is cow. Ministry for cow. Ministry for cow. Cow roaming. This is it. Tinubu creates a new ministry, inaugurate livestock committee. Now, we will go to where the news is very clean and very clear. Here. You see here? Look at it. It's a breaking news. Breaking news. Tinubu announces creation of livestock development ministry. Tinubu announces livestock development ministry. What I want us to get or understand from all this now, once the Fulanese come out to demand for anything, they know they beg. They don't need signatures. This is about animals. Why we are talking about a human being, Nnamdi Kanu. Our people are going about begging. They are hosting meetings, announcing meetings, going to conference, go to Enugu, go to Ibadan, go to London, and they meet. Go to Abuja and they meet. Go to where there is no place these people has never gone to meet, to deliberate, to discuss about Nnamdi Kanu. And at the end of it all, when they come out, they tell you they are discussing how to free Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I'm angry. Do you think they are really discussing how to free Nnamdi Kanu? Do you think they are really deliberating or planning on how to free Nnamdi Kanu? No, to me, it's no. No, not pure no. Capital letter, even if you get the one where they clear past capital letter, and there me I stand. No, no. Funani people made this demand last 2 weeks or last week, where the thing come out. I see am for newspaper, I read them here. If you go to my programs of last week, you will see. I don't know, I don't remember. I can't remember if I used this as a topic, but I know I talked about it. Or even if you go to Nigerian newspaper and search Funanis, Mietiala demanding for new ministry, that is livestock ministry, you will see it in Nigerian news. It's in Nigerian news last week or last 2 weeks. It was there in Nigerian news. And this week, it has been granted. But the so-called criminals that say they are human beings, they tell you for over 4 years now, they have been demanding for Nnamdi Kanu release, and yet they have not gotten it. They claim they are demanding for Nnamdi Kanu release, but the reasons they are not demanding. I'm not interested in the ministry that I creating. It's not my business, because I don't believe in anything Nigeria. Nothing Nigeria moves me. I'm only interested in the act and the manner everything is being done. Yet people are not getting it. People are still seeing a country. People are still seeing a nation. People are still seeing themselves being part of that country called Nigeria. You see, they believe, say you belong there. They demand for common road to make they build road. They no build. They build road, even they look for extra place to build road for the northern areas. You dey demand for common seaport, you no get. They go build dry port for north. When they know they do business, so they build dry port for them. Okay, you come dey demand, okay, as they no give you this, may they give you train now. So you say na lie, they go build train station. Look at the useless pan they join together and brought to your place. Go and shake the trend they have in the north. Umwefulef, Anegidi Messi, politicians indeed. Tinubu have announced it. He has created the ministry. Like it or no like it or na so e be. You can't change it. That is Nigeria for you. So the fools that are still believing in one good Nigeria, keep believing. Keep believing. Continue to believe in Nigeria. Continue to believe in Nigeria. Well, make we not talk too much about that one. Anybody will want believe, but one thing I want Biafrans to get very clear. One thing I want us to understand very clear is that nobody has ever demanded for the release or freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. They are begging. because they don't have the guts to demand, even to ask. Who born them? They don't born them where to ask. They go there. Hey. You know, as children, they beg something now. When they want beg, you go stand for door. You go say, what is it? That is how these fools behave. That is why you see people like this one, you go kneel down, fatigue. You see your traditional ruler, you go for nothing, you go bow down. When we begin to open the can, so worms wey go come out to go swallow person. You know, say you never know, say worm they eat, swallow person no be eat. Worm go swallow person. Nigeria story and the people of the so-called that call themselves southeast politicians, na film, na movie, because it is nothing that will happen in any government. Nobody. They have been enslaved to believe or to remain fools in the hands of those their cabals. That is why they don't fit do anything without going to beg. Anything you see them doing, they will go and beg. Anything they want to talk, they go and beg. But the good thing is that we are Biafrans and we know what we are doing. We know what we want. I quickly want us to listen to this news before we go to about our leader Nnamdi Kanu, because I have something I would want to talk about there. So let's listen to this news.
So let's start off with what David Hundeyin said about the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is sponsoring a tribal war. Now, post-election, ever since the 2023 elections was over, we've been seeing quite a lot of sentimental statements and written documents on X specifically, and it's really so bad. One would have expected that the current stifling economic situation would be the main concern of a lot of Nigerian youth and see how they can look for recommendations or form a synergy to make things move forward. But there's been strong tribal sentiments on X, specifically within particularly two ethnic groups. Now, David Hundeyin is alleging that serious amount of monies, a large amount of monies, are being funneled through some individuals to influence this ethnic sentiment post-election, saying that possibly because President Tinubu did not win his home state, Lagos. What's your take on that?
Yeah, Esther, what happened is that this type of thing is expected.
What type of thing is expected, Barrister Darlington?
It's sentiment and ethnic bias and all that. It is expected in a multi-ethnic environment. But the one that bothers me is that how Tinubu got into office.
Okay.
Yes, how he got into office. I have told you, and any other person who cares that that dent will be there until Tinubu addresses it.
But he has refused to address it. He has refused to say anything about it. To him, the court has already given its conviction, meaning that he won the 2023 elections, and that thing has been put under the carpet.
No. No matter what happened, whether Tinubu is in office or out of office, that issue must be addressed. And if he does not address it, then you should not blame people who are lashing on it to campaign against him. That is where his problem comes from. Even in his, southwest region, if people should do a poll today, I don't think you get up to 30%. Too.
Are you
I
sure?
don't think so. I said 100% sure. If he won Lagos, which is the most populated region in state in the southwest, then which other region will give him the bulk vote?
But with this revelation that David, what's his name? Yes, David Hundeyin revealed concerning the fact that he is the one sponsoring this tribal war, Where is that coming from? Because agreed, the president will have his supporters and followers who would want to defend. It's not.
Anyway, let me clear it. Hmm? Let me make it clear. Number one, David Hyundai or Hyundai, there is nothing like tribal war in Igbo land. Number one, the only thing you should have said that would have made sense is that Tinubu is sponsoring insecurity in Biafra land. That would have been understandable. But coming to paint, you see these people, the kind of pictures they are painting, the kind of pictures these people are painting against our people, the kind of pictures they are painting. If you see the topic, listen here, you see the topic, Tinubu sponsoring tribal war against Igbos. Which tribal war? Which tribal war? There is no tribal war. We are only demanding for our freedom. The only thing we have is the stooges that are being used against our freedom, against our lives, against our security. They create this insecurity, they sponsor this insecurity to make it look like anybody is fighting against anybody. Nigeria sponsored, what is his name? Asari Dokubo, to carry arms against the people of Biafra land. In the name that he have army, Asari Dokubo was fighting, murdering us in number. Asari Dokubo come to our land, arrest us. Asari Dokubo open mouth in the social, in the TV, even in national TV, and say, he go kill Igbo, he go finish Igbo. Today, they don't go carry David Hyundai or Hyundai, make it come talk say, nah, tribal. Which tribal war? Between who and the who? They will always paint negative narratives to distract people, to deceive people, to make people believe, say, the thing wey you dey look forward to no be true. Nothing like ethnic war, tribal war. No, nobody is fighting any war. There is no war. The only war we have in Biafra land today is the war against insecurity. War against those coming in the name that are coming for asymmetric warfare, jungle warfare. As they come, how far now? You see them, whenever you see them coming, they go make video, how they load the vehicles, how more times they come, they dance. But when they go back, you know they see them. Have you seen them go back before? Have you seen them come back and they rejoice and celebrate? Have you seen them? Boko Haram go finish them up, finish it. Come they do party. Boko Haram go shoot Nigeria army, buy them anyhow. After buying them in numbers, kidnapping Nigeria army officers in number, Boko Haram go do video, show you. They go they celebrate, they shout Allah Akbar, we win them, Allah Akbar, glory be to God. Nigeria army, they can never defeat anybody because they are not fighting the right cause. They are fighting useless and wicked genocidal level war. And you come to Biafra land, you no go back.
Normal. you've been having more clashes between the Batified and the obedience. Like I said, if you go on X, you see a lot of those disparities in their statements, which of course shouldn't be the main focus concerning what Nigerians are currently going through. There is increase in food prices, there is insecurity, there is instability. That should be the focus of the Nigerian youth. But rather, there is more, would I say, hemorrhaging conversations on ethnic divisiveness. And of course, according to what he's saying, that as a sponsorship, the president or any member of the president is the one sponsoring this. So do you think there's any iota of truth in that statement he made?
Yes, now the truth is there. You know, when you are planning for your enemy, you don't know that your plan will bounce back on you.
Okay.
The issue is that to make people be not electable in 2027. But it is already boomeranging on Tinubu.
Barrister, speaking on this, Barrister, this is Kayla Abraham speaking to you. Still talking about this. APC governors met in Abuja yesterday, and the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, said that APC has performed very well in Nigeria, and he's speaking specifically about this administration.
Okay, we have gotten what we want to get from the video, and we will continue. So since yesterday and 2 days ago, the news have been making around that Nnamdi Kanu surrender. I want you to know, if they follow me before, if you have been following me, I have been showing you clips, videos, how one journalist, I've forgotten his name, I've forgotten his name, that TVC, Tinubu's news, the guy, that fat BKO, whether not Bed or Dele, I don't know his name again, that fat one that used to be in TVC news. He said that, he have said this before, but we are not bothered. We no go dey bothered for waiting somebody they talk. We go dey bothered for waiting Nnamdi Kanu talk. Ohaneze cannot come out to tell you anything about Nnamdi Kanu. Hope Uzodinma cannot come out to give you good information about Nnamdi Kanu. They want you to lose hope. They want you to say, okay, if Nnamdi Kanu is no longer fighting for Biafra, me, I'm no longer fighting as well. Me, I'm going. This is the pictures that are painted in case people don't know. The picture they are painting is just to discourage you. It's just to make you believe, okay, if Nnamdi Kanu is not, I want us to know, we are not fighting for Nnamdi Kanu. We are fighting for our freedom. Have you forgotten what Nnamdi Kanu said? He will never give up Biafra for anything unless grief swallow him. You don't forget those things. We go come there, but before we come there, I go like make we see some clips also before we continue. Make we
From liberation, I want never to speak.
I think I have a very strong feeling that EFCC is overwhelmed by the avalanche, restructuring of the anti-corruption agency to handle all of them.
Almost rounding off. Now, you know.
Okay, now from here, I want us to listen from here. And they hear waiting they play from here as well. Make we listen to this news from this point. And they see what is going on and what will happen, what these people are discussing. But before we go there, I want you to see this. This news, okay, is here. Exclusive. Nnamdi Kanu to give up Biafra agitation after release. Source. Who are the people painting these narratives? if not the same people that have told you that Nnamdi Kanu is willing to surrender, is willing. Nnamdi Kanu is begging to surrender. Nnamdi Kanu is begging Tinubu to help him to come out, that he is tired. Nnamdi Kanu is begging Tinubu's government to free him, he will obey. Who tell you? Have you heard Nnamdi Kanu said anything like that? So why would you be disturbed? Why could they disturbed? Okay, now let me just read a little bit of it. The embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has reportedly agreed to finally give up Biafra agitation if the ongoing political horse trading over his release pans out well. A source involved in the negotiation authoritatively told Newsband newspaper the DSS is holding Mr. Kanu, a dual citizen of Nigeria and the United Kingdom, over charges of treasonable felony arising from his separatist campaigns for the secession of independent Biafra from Nigeria. His trial started in 2015 and stalled after he fled the country on being granted bail in 2017. This is what you should be knowing now. You should be getting this point. The same people that are giving you the true information are telling you he fled. He fled. He fled. He fled the country on being granted bail. Do you see the narratives? When we tell you that these people are only criminals and wicked entities, make you there understand them. Make you there understand them. Kanu's escape from Nigeria occurred after the military, under the leadership of Major General Tukur Buratai, retired, launched vicious attack in his Afaruku home in Umuahia. This resulted to the death of scores of civilians and members of Biafra Security Forces Service, Biafra Security Service, BSS. He was rearrested in Kenya. You see the narratives? He was rearrested in Kenya. He was rearrested in Kenya in June 21st, in June 2021 to continue his trial. And guess who is writing this? A stupid person called Carlo Idika. The useless person, his name is Carlo. Also, they will always use your brother against you. The greatest stooges we will get, most we will get, Okamos we will get, our own people. The same our people have stood against the development coming to our land. The same our people are standing against the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu today. Very wicked people. Very wicked. Now, the trial judge, Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja, had ordered his remand in DSS custody during the duration of his trial. In April 2022, Binta Nyako struck out 8 of the 15 counts in the charge, The remaining 7 counts were also quashed by the Court of Appeal on October 13, 2022. Are you listening to that? That means no more charge against him. Why are you keeping him? This thing now is enough for anybody, even if you dey fear to talk, even if you dey fear Nigeria to talk, even if you dey fear police to talk. If you come, you go talk say, but Nigeria court have freed him. Nigeria court have discharged him. Nigeria, not that they discharged him alone. Listen, he said in April 2022, Binta Inyako, the judge of the Abuja High Court, Binta Inyako struck out 8 out of 15 count in the charge. Remaining how many? 13. Remaining how many? 8. It remained 7. The remaining 7 counts were also quashed. Not be only struck out, quashed. It was trashed by the Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal, not High Court this time. Court of Appeal quashed it, trashed it. Tell you don't ever go back there. On October 2022, with the judge ordering Kanu's release. Did they do it? Anybody, any human being, we have seen people of other tribes coming out to tell you, but the court have released it. Even Shawore have said it. Many people, the one lawyer, human rights lawyer from I think Rivers, Ibine Sultan, have also come and made several, even from the first time they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, he have been shouting. Have you seen lawyers like Kenneth Okongo coming to shout, coming to tell you to release Nnamdi Kanu, that he has done nothing? Only this yesterday, because they have mobilized all of them and tell them, go and begin to talk about Nnamdi Kanu so that it will seem that everybody love him. They don't like Nnamdi Kanu. They don't even want him to come out. What they are doing is what I call Marmananehu Wompitenazo, wicked people. Kenneth Okonkwo, where they talk yesterday now, where the Nnamdi Kanu has done nothing. He under human rights. Where have you been all this while? Are you not a lawyer? Were you not there when the court trashed out all the 15 count charges labeled against him by Nigerian government? Did you say anything? No. Did the senators call I don't know what they are called, Abariban, the rest of them, did you see them go to the house and raise a motion? Why is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu still here in DSS? Why is Nigeria still holding him? If the court of appeal have quashed everything remaining and they said he should go back free, nobody have right to touch him. Did you see anybody stand on this? No. What you see them do is to come and beg you to sign document, sign paper for me, so that we'll go to Attorney General office, so it go help us to release Nnamdi Kanu. You tell me, you tell me you don't know what you are doing. You tell me you don't know what you are doing. Who is fool? Who be fool now? Now me? I'm not the fool. Oh. Now you when they try to deceive yourself, be fool. Look at the Fulanese. Come out to this last week, demand for ministry for cows. And this week, they don't give the ministry for cows. And this ministry for cow will design the law of cow citizenship and the leadership and the rulership and Boko Haram ship and the AK-49-7 ship and the moving into your land chief, and then they go pass them to the House of Senate. And the House of Senate go pass the bill. Yes, you don't know. Ministry for cow, ministry for malu. In Nigeria, the senators deliberated for this malu. I think that was in 2021, 2022. For months, every day they will go to house, they will sit down and begin to deliberate cow, malu, cow, malu, right, no right. How can a country be discussing cow in the Senate? A country is discussing cow in the Senate, and you cannot discuss human being, you cannot discuss your brother, but the Fulanese are discussing their animals, and you are joining them. I do, I say, ye, ahi. Are you not a fool? Are you not a fool? If the Fulanese can come to Abuja Senate to raise motions for their animals, why can't you come there as well and raise motion for your brother? There are over 10,000 Biafran children that has been kidnapped or abducted by Nigerian military and police and DSS and Asari Dokobo. We don't know their whereabouts till today. Nobody is talking about them. But you can talk about cow. You can create a ministry for cows, and they will bring it to the house, and the Abaribe will say, I do, I approve. Did the Fulanese come and tell you to sign letter for them to get the ministry of cow? Did you hear them beg anybody? Did you hear the Fulanese go to Kano and do meeting, go to Kaduna and do meeting, go to Sokoto and do meeting, go to Obasanjo and do meeting? Did you see them? Did you see Obasanjo go to North to meet with them, to discuss with them how to approve the cow ministry? But your brother held for no reason. You are going about begging people to sign useless things. You go about from this office and they are so shameless. You go to the Attorney General's office and come out and you are telling us, I have been to Attorney General office. We have met him. He has promised to meet Tinubu. And Abari Bear, a lawmaker. A lawmaker. Did you see them carry any paper to the any justice or any ministry or anybody to get approved of the ministry for cow, ministry for malu? No, but you have to get approved of the people. You don't even need to get approved of anything from them. For your own son, your own brother, one of you that has been illegally abducted, keeping illegally, even against the law of Nigeria. Ministry for cow. Nobody's even though big. Listen, you see, one thing that people are not understanding is that Nigeria keeps happening to people one by one, and it will not stop. The only stop is Biafra. Tomorrow, the police or Hizbah police or Islamic army or Islamic Sharia court may pass a law that people are getting too much drunk, that should be no too much alcohol again. They are going to start limiting you, Obi Kubana, that is selling all of you, not only Obi Kubana, all of you that are into business, a way of giving you, limiting your access. Remember, the original idea is to bankrupt you all, to make you of no relevance. Remember that audio of Chitima. You remember the audio? They will make you useless. It's what they told you. Are they not doing it? When you go and check the motors that they impounded. Check the goods customs are seizing. Whose goods are there? Whose cars are those cars they're impounding? Do you get them back? No. They will auction it. You see somebody buy, go Obodo Oyibo, go Europe or Asia or America, go spend like $1 million, buy motor, carry and come back. Nigeria go seize am. Tell you say the pepper, one pepper no correct. They go seize am. It is saying that you go see go put money inside. You go Alagbo, you go understand what they tell you. If you go Alagbo, see what people they go through. You go see people, they go carry their document for hand, they walk out from office to office. If one of them sit down with you where you want drink coke or buy something, if you open mouth tell you what they go through, you go cry for them. Some of them they watch their motor, they go to auction them. And then the worst be say, when they seize their property, when those of you where they have, maybe say some of you they don't auction your property before where they watch me now. When they seize these people property, maybe now the property is worth $1 million, or business, I mean to say, they seize their business worth of $1 million, for instance. Now, they will give you assurance. Custom police, they will tell you, okay, if you bring like $1,000, we will see what we do. You will run around, go and borrow money. You are going to borrow money because now your money has been tied down. You go to bank or a friend or a brother or sell one of your property to make this $1,000 and give custom. Then the police go say, okay, now you come to us, you give us $800. You go and give them. Immigration go come out, Air Force go come out. At the end of this whole thing, they go tell you, letter don't come from above, we no fit do anything. Order don't come from above, oga. We be wan help you now. You see, we don't do everything, but the order from above say, if oga from above, from Abuja, they know about this case, they interested. Okay, now make you go meet about oga for Abuja. Now they tell you say, no, we know no be me go direct you go that one. Now so, and the next thing you see, your vehicle, they go sell am auction under your nose. You no go do anything, and you sef no go fit buy am again because you no get money again. You don't get enter wahala. Now so that they frustrate so many people. Who are these people? Biafrans. They impound your rice. How many containers? Who get the rice? Biafra. You don't hear them say they seize Dangote rice before. You don't hear them say they seize Dangote rice, Dangote sugar, Dangote flour. You don't hear them. But they seize rice steady. Containers of rice are being seized steady. Why is it that Dangote own they know this? My people, if you don't want to wake up, I dey sorry for you. I dey very sorry. On October 28, 2022, the appellate court granting a stay of execution on its verdict, discharging Kanu after the federal high court, after the federal government filed an appeal at the Supreme Court. Since Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria, the insecurity in the southeast region has gone so bad that really would a day pass that there would gone bad. That really would a day pass without an incident of government attack. Both security operatives and the innocent civilians had been victims during several encounters. There have been calls by concerned stakeholders for Nnamdi Kanu to be released, as this will douse the growing tension in the region. Recently, over 15 lawmakers in the House of Representatives in Nigeria wrote to President Tinubu, Bola Tinubu, demanding for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Last week, Southeast governors and the lawmakers added their voice to the long list of stakeholders calling for the release of the flippant separatist leader. However, this is coming after he reportedly promised to comply with conditions set for his release by federal government of Nigeria. You see the evil way these people they do. The evil way they do. Evil. Now then they tell you, listen, now them, Nigeria now, they tell you, say, Nnamdi Kanu don't agree. Nnamdi Kanu no get lawyer. You don't hear any of a lawyer come out and tell you anything of such. Rather, they come out and tell you, say, a lie. Even if Nnamdi Kanu accept, that not be me accept to. Nnamdi Kanu na Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu no be everybody. Nnamdi Kanu na one man where they call Nnamdi Kanu. That's what people are not getting. You think you can use Nnamdi Kanu as a bargaining chip against the Biafrans? You know the work. Our freedom have nothing to, you cannot negotiate our freedom. Because if we negotiate our freedom, we will keep dying in the hands of these people called Boko Haram, and we cannot continue dying in their hands. We have died enough now. We have died enough. We have died enough. Senator Ine Abaribe, the lawmaker representing Abia South in the Senate Wednesday last week, led senators from the Southeast region to meet the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister for Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, sang over Kanu's release. Senator Abaribe told newsmen that the IPOB leader has expressed readiness to play by the rule if granted bail. According to the lawmakers, Kanu's release is key to reviving the economy of the Southeast. Abaribe said peaceful demand of the IPOB leader had been hijacked by criminal elements, leading to wanton killing of innocent people, including security operatives. Senator Abaribe expressed strong belief that the AGF would, Attorney General of the Federation, would persuade the federal government to release the separatist leader. he had visited the Department of the State headquarters in willing to comply with any condition by the authorities for his release. A source privy to the ongoing political horse trading told Newsband that some of the conditions that will be presented to Kanu for his release are you listening? One, some of the conditions that they will present to Nnamdi Kanu for his release. Number one, he will go underground and never speak on his franchise radio. Number two, he will openly denounce and disband the Eastern Security Network. You see, now, number one, he will go underground and never speak on his radio. Which radio? Which radio? Is there anything like Radio Biafra again? No. That thing that you think is Radio Biafra is now Radio Nigeria. It's now Radio Nigeria. Yeah, talk God is okay. The Eastern Security you are calling Nnamdi Kanu, that he will not speak about. Is it the same Eastern Security that China Saworu, Shike Doze, Mike Guru, and the rest of them have sold to Nigeria, or which one? There is nothing. I've told you before. If you see anybody tell you he is an Eastern Security person, call him thief. Na criminal he be. Anybody. There is nothing like Eastern Security Network anymore. They have sold them to Nigeria. So number three, he will completely disassociate himself from Simon Ekpa, a Finland-based fugitive who runs a parallel pro-Biafra movement. Now this one I want, that is number three. Now this number three I want make I read that, because now that one they funny. They are afraid because the Prime Minister, Biafra Republic government in exile, made it clear that if you want him to listen to Nnamdi Kanu, if you want him to take instructions from Nnamdi Kanu must be in Finland, sit one-on-one with him and tell him, stop looking for this Biafra where they look for you. No day. Stop fighting for this freedom. Then he will listen. So, oh, Nigeria, I pity the people that don't know the country they are into. I pity them. Honestly, I pity them. Number three, he will completely disassociate himself from Simon Ekpa, a Finland-based fugitive. Hey, Chilekala. A Finland-based fugitive who runs a parallel pro-Biafra movement. He will also tell him to disassociate himself from his name Nnamdi Kanu as well. That's what the people have forgot. Okoko everywhere. The source said, will enable federal government to launch a decisive operation against him. He said yes. Nnamdi Kanu will be released, but I can't tell the actual time. His release will come with a lot of stringent conditions. He will not speak on Radio Biafra again. ESN will be disbanded. Kanu will also disassociate himself from Simon Ekpa. These are now Baribe they tell you this. Now Baribe, these are some of the conditions that will be presented to him. The source said, okay, now are you getting the message? After this man or foolish person have told you that Nnamdi Kanu have accepted, he is coming back to tell you that all these now we read here are the things that will be given to him to look into to see if he agree. This is what Nigeria planned. But Nnamdi Kanu said something that the only order he will agree and abide by is the order or the agreement he went into with the Nigerian government. One thing these people don't even know. Okay, let me finish the news. Observers wait to see whether Nnamdi Kanu will accept these conditions, which his supporters say are unlikely. However, pundits observe that with these conditions, it appears that the federal government in no distant time will throw Nnamdi Kanu and his supporters under the bus, as this may mark the end of an era, but may not stop the agitation for Biafra. I thank God it's no longer agitation, it's restoration, restoration is Biafra restoration. We don't come off agitation long ago now. You never reach 1 year when we come off agitation. We be government. That is why they are afraid. Let Nnamdi Kanu go. I can say I bet Nigeria and the DOS. What is our bet? Let them go on and write. Like my Fabio Ifedishe said that he can do anything with DOS, but not Simon Ekpa. Of course, we are not going to be deliberating anything, but one thing we will tell you is that Nnamdi Kanu have not accepted anything. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have not told you that he accept any condition. These are the plans Nigeria had, according to Abaribe. And then Nnamdi Kanu have not gone into any agreement or terms yet, unless the agreement or terms is still on the way. So Biafrans should not be bothered about what Nigerians are saying. That is my own. That is where I stand. So let's see this news of
Prime Minister of Biafrans in exile has actually slammed Southeast governors and other leaders in the region who are making plans to negotiate the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He's warning them to stay clear. According to him, you know that some Southeastern governors and lawmakers, other groups from the region, including Peter Obi, have been advocating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And they're saying that if he is released, there'll be a form of stabilization when it comes to security in the Southeast. And maybe there'll be a reverberation of the economy within that region. Well, he's actually saying that those who are parading themselves, negotiating for Nnamdi Kanu's release, were basically sabotaging Biafra liberation. So, and that he is the only one, or rather it is Biafra in exile, Biafra Republic in exile. They're the only ones who have the legitimacy to speak or negotiate or have any conversation whatsoever on the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So what's your take on this?
I am happy that there is an increased number of voices of people, eminent and well-meaning people that have joined in the call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm happy about it because it seems to be like a renaissance. Whether it is the concept of renewed hope that has caught the bottom of people, I don't know. But some months ago, only very few of us we have forces hard asking that Nnamdi Kanu be released. But today, even the senators, the governors, the members of the House of Reps, virtually everybody is falling over himself asking that Nnamdi Kanu be released. That tells you that it is a good call. And anybody who is now opposing such a call is not following the time, and neither is the person being honest and sincere. It is not the responsibility of anybody. Nobody can claim monopoly of wisdom or knowledge. Neither can anybody claim monopoly of such call. What is important is that there is justice to be given to Nnamdi Kanu's case. And so justice can only end up in his release and his freedom. It's very obvious. It has become very obvious that the government.
Well, how she go put government? How she go put government? She don't go put government. She don't go agree put the government. Don't mind her. Leave them. Leave them. You see, before they say self-acclaimed Biafran Prime Minister. Today, they no longer use that language. Self-acclaimed. That one don't come out. Now they call him the Prime Minister. Leave them. Very soon, they go tell you, say, that it is now Biafran army. It is now Biafran government. And we are getting there. We are pushing them, and we must push them to talk. We must tell them, like you had our Prime Minister, we will give them the conditions. They are not going to give us the condition. We will push them and show them where they go for. So for me, no important waiting they talk or waiting they see or waiting they no talk or waiting they no see. Me, I no bother. I know they bother. One thing everybody must understand is this. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, na person he be, na human being he be. And beside, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not Biafra. Biafra is a nation. I want us to get this very clear. Biafra na nation he be. Biafra na our country. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. So nobody go use our leader to intimidate us. And remember, we are not taking anything from Nnamdi Kanu until we see him come out and tell us, I no longer want Biafra. But by the way, let me ask you a question. If you don't born Peking and you have this business empire, you have brought up your children, all your children, you've taught them the strategies, the secret, the this and that about the business. And you are now growing old. Are you not going to allow your children to practice this business? To see, you sit down and see what they are doing. That will give you joy. I'm telling you. I'm not, for long I've been saying it, that I'm not expecting when the criminal DOS and the criminals were saying, if Nnamdi Kanu come out, he will kill Simon. I said, don't expect Nnamdi Kanu to come out and they start talking about Biafra again. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu coming out now is just going to rest. Do you know the stress this man have been to? Do you know how this man have traveled all the world, making people to come and support their own freedom? Today he is in Canada, tomorrow he is in Tokyo, the next tomorrow he is in Norway, the next one he is in Jamaica, the next one he is in Ivory Coast, the next one he is in Russia. Where has this man not gone to? He has suffered enough. So if he comes out and the rest, we should clap for him for understanding that he needs rest. But one thing the fools are not getting into their brain is that It's not about Simon, it's about Biafra. It's just about Biafra. Biafra, where would they look for? He dey here. This Biafra, he dey here. Here now, he dey here. If you know they see me, and I say you know they see.
Is holding Nnamdi Kanu unlawfully and illegally against the pronouncement and the judgment and orders of competent courts. Many of them, about 9, 4 in Nigeria, 5 outside Nigeria. So anybody who now joins the call for such a release is only doing so, 1, on the side of justice, and the 2, for the love of the country. Because it's obvious that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will not only heal the wounds in some quarters, but will also bring in some level of stability and security in our land. And we'll be able to separate those who are real agitators of freedom and justice from those who are hiding under the release of Nnamdi Kanu's agitation to foment trouble and commit crime. And I say without fear of contradiction that we expect that Mr. President and his team will listen to this call and do the needful, which is the release of Nnamdi Kanu.
All right. Well, you know that Senator BRGIE has expressed strong belief that the Attorney General of the Federation would persuade the federal government to release the separatist leader. And BRGIE revealed that Kanu, whom he had visited at the Department of State Services, is willing to comply with any conditions set by the authorities for his release. Now, based on a particular newspaper called Newsban newspaper, they actually of the note that one of the conditions that will be presented to Kanu for his release will be for him to go underground and never speak on his franchise radio, which is about the agitation for the Biafran movement, and that he would openly denounce and disband the Eastern Security Network. So also he is to completely dissociate himself from Simon Ekpa, and of course who has been enabling the pursuit of his release, and that the federal government is to launch a decisive operation against Simon Ekpa. That's basically what BRGIE is disclosing, because he just met with Nnamdi Kanu within the DSS custody, and that they're speaking with the Attorney General of the Federation on his release. What's your take on this?
I do not think there is need to comment on speculations.
Okay.
The government has not presented the conditions to Nnamdi Kanu, and it will not be fair to begin to insinuate what the government should present and what the government should not present.
No, it's not an insinuation. It's what BRGIE is saying. He said, yes, Nnamdi Kanu will be released, but I can't tell the actual time. His release will come with a lot of stringent conditions. He will not speak on Radio Biafra again. ASN will be disbanded. Kanu will also dissociate himself from Simon Ekpa. These are some of the conditions that will be presented to him. This was a source that revealed.
Are you getting it? Abaribe. What we read now in that news we read, everything we read there was a news given to that people by Abaribe. Abaribe gave them the news. Abaribe gave them, and probably that is what he is carrying himself about, that he have achieved. Remember, Abaribe is not working for the interest of Nnamdi Kanu. Abaribe is working for his own interest, to cover his head, to save his head. Remember, Abaribe told you that he has went too far to the UN, to the ECOWAS, to Finland to stop Simon Ekpa. So now, the question you should be asking yourself, had it been they were able to stop Simon Ekpa, would they be talking about Nnamdi Kanu today? I am asking a question. Let's assume that they were able to stop Simon Ekpa. They were able to lobby the government of Finland to ask Simon, stop talking about Biafra, and Simon stopped talking about Biafra. Today as I'm here talking with you, would Abaribe and all these people calling for Nnamdi Kanu release be here calling for Nnamdi Kanu release? Because the original plan is to eliminate Nnamdi Kanu. Anything that will make anybody talk about Biafra, they want to wipe it out. So they think and believe that the best way is to stop everybody from talking about Biafra. Then they will be easy. It will be easy for them to throw Nnamdi Kanu into the dungeon, into the den of lions. Shibika say, we all should know that there is something behind everybody. Everybody rushed to making his or her statement on Mazen and the Kalu release Southeast politicians or Hanese. Of course, we know. We know. Helene, how you day? I greet you. That's what I'm asking about. Let's just assume that the time Iweanyanwu placed the 50,000 or $5 million or how many dollars bounty on Simon Ekpa, they succeeded in kidnapping him. Let's assume that the time the kidnappers or the assassinators who went to assassinate him and they could not penetrate, let's assume they succeeded. They killed Simon Ekpa, they bombed Simon Ekpa, or they arrested Simon Ekpa, or Finland asked Simon to stop talking about freedom, Biafra. Do you think by now Abaribe would have been here telling you that Nnamdi Kanu would be released? Do you think Kenneth Okonkwo will be here calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? Do you think all this Efule you see Otolocious, do you think they will be here today calling for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu? Remember that law. The time somebody raised a motion to bring Nnamdi Kanu out in the Senate, the senators from Biafra land, they said no, that is not what they want. What they want is for you to go to Finland and bring Simon Ekpa back. How is it that all of a sudden now all these people want to Nnamdi Kanu free? You can imagine. Peter Ogobushi, I don't understand what you the talk. You say with him, I have prayed and castle it, but let him be careful and the God Almighty. Amen. Nothing will happen to anybody. Nothing is happening to anybody. We are going home. That is just the end result. So what I want to make we understand is that nobody calling for the Nnamdi Kanu release today is truly calling it because they love Nnamdi Kanu. But they are calling for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today because they know that they are now in trouble because the declaration is fast approaching. And after this declaration, I go know where you want come be the senator. I go know where you want come be the governor. We go find out. We go know. We go know. So when somebody they tell you say this man telling you that anybody calling for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu release of meant well, na lie. They don't mean well. The same people that want you dead yesterday come back today and say you should leave. You think say they mean am? You think they mean am? They don't mean am. They are calling for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu because it don't hook them here and they cannot escape it. They can't escape it.
to this newsband newspaper based on the visit of Abarbe to the DSS custody meeting with Nnamdi Kanu. I remember last week, I had a conversation with you where I said that it is possible that this will be one of the conditions that they will put on ground in the negotiation for his release. So that's basically the conversation now.
I do not think that the paper was quoting Abarbe correctly.
Okay.
Because Mr. Abarbe himself has not seen the conditions to be given by federal government.
All right.
And the newspaper is only speculating and using the name of Mr. Abarbe simply to be in the news and to say their paper. Okay. Nobody knows the conditions even as we speak. Until the conditions are presented before him and made public, then we will know. And not be surprised that the conditions may not be made public.
Okay.
And the newspapers will continue to speculate. But whatever it is, what we are asking for is that even those conditions should not be so draconian and should not be like a Greek gift. Because if you're giving conditions that will be too difficult, it will be almost like giving him freedom with one hand and taking it back with the other hand. Government should give him conditions that will foster peace and development of the Southeast and foster peace and development of Nigeria, and ensure that there is justice in all issues relating to Nnamdi Kanu and his agitation.
Yeah.
We have said that agitation for self-determination is a legitimate right. The Yoruba nation is agitating. Nobody has killed the people in Arewa land are agitating. Everybody who feels marginalized or who feels lack of sense of justice is free to agitate. It is legitimate right of every mankind. And to Nnamdi Kanu's own will not be an exception. The government will not put him in a cage just because he wants his freedom, because that will not make any sense. Because the conditions are given, it will be premature or to meditate what the conditions will likely be.
But what about the call for the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile, who is stating that they are the legitimate ones to actually speak or negotiate on his release?
There is nothing in our statute books or anywhere that is Biafra in exile. Those are semantics, those are coinages of some individuals. And as far as government is concerned, government will not recognize such coinages.
All right.
And the government will do what is right for the country. And with fairness and justice and equity in mind, anybody can claim to be anything. That does not matter. And of course, that should not worry anybody. What is important is that let there be justice, let there be equity, let there be fairness.
All right.
And let Nnamdi Kanu reject his freedom, and let there be peace in the Southeast.
Barrister Fred Nzako, I want to say thank you so much for taking your time to give us your insight on some of the questions posed at you. We sincerely do appreciate your intellectual input on the World News at 6. Thank you.
Many thanks.
All right. To wrap up the World News at 6.
Okay. We go continue. We go continue, but before we continue, we go laugh small now. We have to laugh small. But before we laugh small, make we hail our Prime Minister small.
Colonel Simon Uwakwe, Commander, 56th Brigade, Nkedina Lochukwu, Simon Okemili Nebuokwe, Simon Okuna Bozala, Simon Nobo, Atakata Abwesia. Hey!
Okay, now we are back here. I want make we understand something. We go enter we go enter Twitter. Maybe we see what happen for Twitter. There are some things we need to see on Twitter. As the dog with the back, as he always
without looking.
as they're always back. You know, when you think, say, you go deal with me, you know, say na yourself you dey deal with. You understand? When you think, say, na me you dey deal with, you know, say you dey deal with yourself. That's the problem some people are having. You go think, say, make I finish up, make I finish up. At the end of it, you are dealing with yourself. Now yourself, you they do, not be me. No be me. No be me. Listen to him first. Let's listen to him first.
The environment provide them with with the money and the resources to carry out the activities without without blinking their eyes. You don't want to hear this naked truth. Okay, don't hear it. Don't hear it. Ijaw people are already angry that this is the worst government. This government is against Ijaw people, and you want to add fire to petrol? You want to add petrol to fire? This is the worst government. That's the feeling of the Ijaw people. If nobody is telling you, as a friend, I will tell you, Ijaw people feel this is the worst government for them. This is a nightmare for them. And
As this a Fulef talking, has there been any government that was in favor of Ijaw people? As this Umutumpa talking, has there been a time Ijaw people enjoyed any government? Has there been any time any of these oil producing communities were catered for, looked something good? Has there been any time a development was taken to them? They are calling this was the government. No! Nothing good will ever happen. And it is growing worse. It's not because it's Tinubu's government. It's because you are in Nigeria. And you get that into your skull. That is just the simple truth. It's just because you are in Nigeria. And this is just one of the trademarks of Nigeria. That it will always happen to you. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, it will always happen to you. But it does surprise me that you buy market, when they bring the market for you, you begin to shout. What do you shout for? You all that are saying that Nigeria is good, Nigeria is your country, and you don't like what Nigeria brings. If Nigeria good, Nigeria go give you good thing. Because Nigeria good, go give you bad thing. If Nigeria good, Nigeria go give you good thing. So whatever Nigeria is giving to you is just the evidence of what Nigeria look like. In case you don't know, whatever they give to you is what they are. They cry, this government is the one government is your people. You're putting kerosene in the fire. Waiting you. As this a slave talking now, what has he done before? A fool that was opportune to go to Aso Rock, he did not ask for development for Ijaw people. He did not ask for jobs for his people. He did not ask for industry for his people. He did not ask for hospital or road or light or schools. No. He went to Aso Rock and had the opportunity to make demand. And his demand was, give me power to kill Igbo man. Give me power to kill Igbo man. And the power was given to him. And he came out, Igbo man will die. I will kill Igbo man. He carried gun, they portray, they show, they brag. Come kill Igbo man, make I see you now. Come kill Igbo man, make we see you. Today you are crying. The same government that has given you power to go and kill Igbo man. Well, has done nothing for the government has given you power to go and kill Igbo man. So what do you want again? You get what you want. You think when you rise to destroy people, you go leave. Yeah. As you bend down, they pull other people down. Somebody, now that time it's dead easy for somebody to carry yourself through way inside pit. Guess you don't know. That's what people don't know. Look at him shouting every time, every day. They say waiting old man dey for ground to see. If you climb up, you no go see him. That is this man now. This is nine they cry for. We have seen it. It has been like this. And we have come to realize that nothing will change it other than you changing it yourself. There has never been anything like a favorable government, any good governance, nothing in that country. If you think say there has been, show me which time, where, which day, who be the governor, who be the president. When people see things that has become normal, they are just trying to make it look as if it is something that happened yesterday, began yesterday night. This is the way Nigeria is. You cannot change it. This is only frustrated pigs that cry like this.
When we were voting, when we were campaigning for you, a lot of Ijaw people called me, President, you don't know Tinubu. You know everything about Tinubu. Tinubu is your friend. No? We hope it's not going to look the other way. Oh. And I assured everybody, I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
If he fail, they will hold you responsible. You assure them because you know you can visit Tinubu, and you visited Tinubu. Even Tinubu himself was surprised by your demand. You visited Tinubu. Tinubu was expecting you to demand for something that will benefit your people. You demanded for your selfish, wicked desires to kill Igbo man. What has Igbo man done to you? The blood of Igbo men you murdered are now fighting against you. Your people have rejected you.
And today, the people are asking me, are you still on that if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible? River State is the litmus test. If there is going to be any fire, it will start in River State. I cannot stop them. I, as an individual, I cannot stop them. I cannot even stand on their way because they will shove me aside. Let me tell you, nobody, if anybody is giving you assurance that he can stand in the gap.
Okay, Nigeria will always happen.
Start from here again.
The environment provide them with their mind, with the money and the resources.
To the mic.
To carry out the activities without looking, without blinking their eyes. You don't want to hear this naked.
Naked the truth to God, naked the truth to me.
Unofficially to the mic.
I want you to see a director When we tell you that Nigeria is a place that the learned are not being given the chance to give their to give what they know, to teach, to bring their knowledge, to dish out the knowledge they have. But Nigeria is a place where we are sitting down to discuss cows, where cows are citizens, where there is even a ministry for cows. I want you to hear this man. Just listen. Wait there. Listen to what a director is. I don't know why the video is like this, but just listen.
This
No, you will start from here again.
It was not officially registered. Hence, this
Is it registered or registered?
registered now. Hence, this
Registered. A director. I don't have the full video. I don't know the director of what she is. But from the way she is dressed, she is one of all these northerners. Or Yoruba is Muslim. She cannot read a paper. A piece of paper she cannot read. Listen, make you listen to her.
and that makes this so not the consequence. Believing the same, believing the sense to be the truth, seem to be true and correct by victim of the
Correct by what?
Correct by victim of the.
We need to see.
No, just take that again.
Very well.
Correct by.
Hold on. Let me find a way and download it so we can see it very well. We need to see this person. Let me download it. I don't know why it is not showing very well. So you will see how Nigeria is ruling. The people that know how to do things are not being given the opportunity, but the people that don't know how to do it have the opportunity, excess opportunity. They have the excess opportunity. They have
the mic. We're not officially the mic.
This
no, we will start from here again.
It was not officially registered. Hence, this
is it registered or registered?
Registered now. Hence, this and that makes this so not the consequence. Believing the same. Believing the sense to be the truth, seem to be true and correct by victim of the.
By correct by what?
Correct by victim of the.
No, just repeat that. Take that again. Correct by
victim of the.
Use your mic. Correct by.
Victim of the
victim. Which one?
This one.
This is a director of a department to head of department.
By the victim of the promise from progress. That is the Onika prophet. of the Oath Act of 63.
Where is the
Nigeria.
picture problem? See,
63.
now, let me teach you, but I will correct you allowance thereafter. It says, listen, it's not funny, eh? And when the teacher is teaching, the people must listen. And that I make this solemn declaration conscientiously, believe the same to be true and correct by virtue of the provisions of the Oath Act of 1963. That is what you couldn't read. So if
I don't talk about, I need the full video. Who get the full video? Make it give me. Who get the full video? Make it fire me with the full video. This video. I need the full video. I need the full video. That is how a police commissioner come out that time say, Professor, I've forgotten how that one come talk at that time.
On the 28th of May 2023, a day before the inauguration.
I was in the country, somewhere in South Asia.
No, let's go to this one first. Listen to this.
Nigerian President, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. His wife and First Lady of Nigeria, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, said this.
Nigeria's wealth is the commonwealth of all.
Did you hear that? Nigeria's wealth is the commonwealth of all. Then listen to what she said next.
It belongs to everyone.
It belongs to everyone. Nigeria's wealth belongs to everyone. Listen.
God has blessed my family. We don't need the wealth of Nigeria to survive, but to do the right thing.
Now,
they don't need the wealth of Nigeria to survive, but to do the right thing. What is the right thing now? What will be the right thing now? You understand what I'm saying? They need the wealth of Nigeria to do the right thing. What is the right thing?
if you don't believe her, here's some proof for you. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is said to be worth several hundreds of millions of dollars, a vast real estate holdings, as well as investments scattered around energy and a handful of other sectors of the Nigerian economy. But it's not only the president's family that has done well for themselves now. Here is Nyesom Wike, the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. He's said to be one of the richest former governors in Nigeria. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is said to own several properties in Dubai. And there are lots of other politicians with business holdings and investments scattered around the country. This has left me wondering, if politicians are just public servants, why are they so rich and the people they serve so poor? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how these folks get to be so wealthy. We will look at the laws that have enabled some of these politicians to take advantage of the system and how this affects you, the average Nigerian. President Bola Tinubu worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Nyesom Wike worth millions of dollars. George Akume worth millions of dollars. Guess what all these men have in common? They are all career politicians who have been directly or indirectly involved in government since Nigeria's return to democracy in 1999. But there's another thing all three have in common that will be very relevant to our story much later, and that is they were all former governors of their respective states for 8 years. Now, while politics in Nigeria has become something for the highest bidder, there seems to be a reason why. That could be the high returns involved. And I'm not talking about the looting or embezzlement we immediately associate with politicians now. Rather, I'm talking about the insane salaries and allowances that these people accumulate throughout their time in office. Added to all of these benefits, some politicians have also found ways to build highly profitable companies from the ground up as a result of government contracts they get while in office. And when their time is up, they also get something called a severance package that is sometimes worth 300% of their basic salaries as presidents, governors, senators, or other political office holders. Now, let's start with the salaries and you'll see what I mean. This is Tunde, an average Nigerian graduate looking for a federal government job that pays the minimum wage, just so he can afford to feed and stop depending on his poor mother, who has been catering for his basic needs ever since his father died. Tunde's worth, according to the federal government of Nigeria, is 30,000 naira. That is less than $30 for an entire month's labor. Now, to put this in perspective, it would take Tunde 50 years of saving his entire salary to get 1 year's basic salary of a Nigerian senator that earns 1.5 million naira monthly and still gets another 52 million naira in office running allowances. And what is the job of this senator again? Yes, they made the law that kept the minimum wage at 30,000 naira, while theirs is set at 1.5 million naira per month. But then something crazy happened. There's this body saddled with the responsibility of determining how much is appropriate for political office holders in Nigeria, including the president, vice president, governors, deputy governors, ministers, even commissioners, and to cap it all, the legislators inclusive. This body is known as the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission. Their job, among others, is to monitor the increase and disbursement of revenue from the Federation account and reviewing from time to time the amount being allocated to different things, especially salaries. What happened was that this body woke up one morning and said that they realized that Nigerian politicians were suffering too much. So they needed to adjust the salary structure to help these politicians survive the difficult times we live in. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Guess what? They proposed a 114% increase in the salaries of these political office holders, including the president, vice president, governors, lawmakers, as well as judicial office holders. Remember Tunde with his 30,000 naira per month salary? He is not getting any of this increase, even though his cost of living just shot through the roof as a result of the recent removal of fuel subsidy, which I talked about in this video linked right up here. Well, Nigerians cried out and that salary review was later abandoned. But this didn't stop the politicians from getting something called hardship allowance. You see, aside from the ridiculously high salaries paid out to Nigerian politicians every month, they also get some allowances like utilities, entertainment recess, personal assistant, vehicle fueling, duty tour, domestic staff, vehicle maintenance, constituency allowance, wardrobe allowance, household maintenance, newspaper, periodic allowances, and a lot more. For the senators, these allowances amount to 52 million naira every year. But the ridiculous wealth of these politicians didn't just come from their salaries and allowances alone. Since Nigeria's return to democracy in 1999, a lot of money has been allocated to something called constituency projects, recommended by these lawmakers. However, as a result of corruption, embezzlement, and other financial malpractices, these projects are not even carried out. For instance, you often hear of empowerment programs that get commissioned all the time. These items are sometimes hoarded by sponsors and not distributed until the next budget cycle, where in some cases now, the same items are rebudgeted and duplicated. In recent years, the budget of
Adiego. I believe when I listen, I just say make the man or the analyzer analyze the thing, because the analyzation was super. Somebody is still hoping, believing. He just analyzed Nigeria for you. Somebody is still hoping, believing in Nigeria to come, believing that Nigeria will be. Which country have ministry for cows? Nigeria. Although they did not call it ministry for cows, they call it ministry for livestock animals. But this as a result of last week or last 2 weeks demand by the Funani Mieti Allah's demand to give them full right to have their ministry that they will be able to manage, that will be able to direct them on their cows and so. So this week, the ministry has been granted. It's all about the news. They say it's a ministry for livestock. Ministry for livestock. If you have ministry for agriculture, why do you have ministry for livestock? Nigeria. Nigeria. Clement says story no dey finish. Story no dey finish. I'm telling you. Because as you think say you don't see, as you think say now you don't see them, you never see anything. You see, whenever I'm talking, I dey like when I dey talk, make things happen. Make example happen from another person. You know, last year while I was going to Finland, I was delayed, and due to the delay, the officials, the airline officials was calling them that they are waiting for me. They told them to go, that they have to finish because I have passport, green passport, because my passport have Nigeria name on it. Today, the same thing has been happening to millions of people. People have lost so many things, so many friends, so many business opportunities, so many job opportunities because they have Nigeria identity. Now you understand why many people want to disassociate themselves from Nigeria. Immediately they have the opportunity or privilege to do so. Now, I want you to hear this one. The same, what do you call him? This is the EFCC chairman or EFCC director. He traveled outside Nigeria. I want you to listen and they hear from his own mouth what in Nigeria do him. Listen.
I was in a country somewhere in South Asia, and I wanted to pay for my. I went for this financial action task force meeting. I wanted to pay for my accommodation, my hotel. You know, the guy who was in front of me, a white guy, brought out his card. He made payment. They got the payment, and it was my turn. I gave them my own card. They slotted in. Deducted the money, made the payment, and the lady stood up and went to another office and made photocopy of my card, both front and back. So I asked her, "Why are you making photocopy of my card? You are exposing me to fraud. You didn't do it to the other guy in front of me. It was a white guy." He said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Because this is a Nigerian card. This is a Nigerian card." That was our response. That they have a standing instruction that anytime they see a Nigerian card, they must suspect. And so they have to make photocopy so that they will be sure that I'm actually the owner of that card. And she knew who I was as the chairman of anti-corruption agency in Nigeria. You could see the shame. You could see the embarrassment. These are the things he said we want to stop. A friend of mine was talking to me the other time. He has been in the US for over 30 years. He came to Nigeria. He wanted to transfer money from one of his US accounts to another account. Right there from Nigeria, I wanted to make electronic transfer. Over there, they decided to block the account. So he called his account officer. Why are you blocking my account? You know me is my account. He said because the IP address of where you are carrying out this transaction shows Nigeria. They know it's the owner of the account. So he had to go there to reactivate the account again. This is kind of shame we are exposed to. And we believe enough is enough. Let us clean this system. Because of your future, if you carry our green passport now and go abroad, you will see the kind of shame they will subject you to, derogatory, sack they will subject you to. That is what we are trying to change. We are going to change this trajectory. We are going to give Nigeria a good international image. And we will get there. With your support and with support of God.
Now, you heard it yourself. EFCC chairman or director. He was disgraced in Asia country because he is a Nigerian. He hammered to tell you that it's not because of anything. Nigeria is a cause. And when we talk, people don't understand. Nigeria is a cost, a finished land, a finished country. Nigeria is not existing. Anything associated with Nigeria need to be thoroughly investigated. Even if demons say him be from Nigeria, they go investigate them. Do you know, while I was in Switzerland, a woman was telling us a story. Them in Switzerland, they have their witchcraft house in Geneva. And the Oyibo know their height to take say be wish. Because for them, wish not just a kind of church, it's a kind of their own church religion to them. So no be evil. And they know they use wish do you any wicked. Oyibo I'm telling you about. They have power. They enjoy that their astral travel. They enjoy communicating. You can stay here and go to London and meet with people and interact with them. They use their powers to do inventions. So the woman was telling us something. I met, we not only me. We met this woman in Geneva. We were going to do something in Geneva. We were about 5 of us. So this woman was talking to us. And when we were talking, speaking English, are you Nigerians? We say, yes, we are Nigerians. She laughed. I said, okay, you speak English? She said, yes. So from there, we'll talk. He said, make we sit down, talk. In the like talk with Africans when you see them. So we sit down. The one come they introduce herself. First they ask us, are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Buddhist? She said she's a witch. I said, I was shocked. She said, why? I said, wish. That was how she began to tell us about wish and witchcraft. She said that whenever they go meeting, that there are 2 Nigerian women that are in their group that are also witches. They come from Africa to join them. That they always come late. And the investigation was carried out to find out why they are always late. Whenever they are coming, they will stop in those bins, to look for something that belongs to people they will use to tie those people. And they were sanctioned from their group. 2 African women, probably they be Nigerians. People have witchcraft that they use a device, design, innovate, evolve, bring down, bring all new, but they use their own evil. He said every time they go come meeting late. Every time they ask them, they say no, that the traffic road, this one. So they decided to investigate to find out what happened. After their investigation of several months, they found out that these people are always stopping by in the dustbins, scavenging to find a piece of cloth, pampers, this, that, to use to destroy people's life and destiny. Then they expel them from their group because they get a section by section. Yeah, what did I tell you? Not true. So why am I telling you this? Nigeria, you see, Nigeria is gone. Like you heard our Prime Minister said, Biafra, in Biafra, Africa die. And in Biafra, Africa will arise. Because like our leader Nnamdi Kanu said, that Biafra will open the eyes of every man, every woman. You will see and you will understand. If they never disgrace you with a Nigeria passport of airport, you not going to understand what they tell you. Mostly in airport, people go they look at you and say you carry shit. And they tell you. You go see Ghana people, they go honor them, pass them. Everybody, Ethiopia, everybody, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, they go they pass with your honor. Nigeria, your treatment. When's the first of all, when you bring your passport, they go begin to look your passport. You go, they look out like this. You go, when I went to Italy this year, when I went to Italy, the lady there was looking at my passport like this. They look up. I was with my family. My family don't pass, finish. Because only me carry a Nigeria passport. So if they look my passport, they look up. And I ask them, what happened now? Why did they look up? He said, no, you want to shake something. If they look up, you don't get anything when they look. But I seen they open and close that book, they go page by page. In mind, they tell us, say, no, Nigeria be this thing na evil. This card na evil. This booklet na evil. Just tell them, say, you no go pass. So when the other person see, say, I don't agitate, I got to ask her, what happen now? Is there any problem? And the person call ask her, what happen? He said, nothing. Let me just give me back my passport. I pass. For boarding pass. For pass. Where they go collect your boarding pass, shake them. See them now, they don't travel, go Asia. They hammer them. Disgrace them, stay one side. They don't know who you be. Now your identity, they know. They don't know you. They know your identity. And they go deal with your identity. Look at him coming to tell you, you are telling wake up. We have to wake up. We wake up from where? Wake up from waiting. Enough is enough. For waiting, now waiting there enough. Is it enough that you will start putting people like this in the job? Where is that then? Look at the person that is a director. Look at
the mic. We're not officially to the mic.
First, this
no, you will start from here again.
It was not of.
She cannot even read. Yet she's a director. If you go to her office now, graduates are worshiping her. Even maybe those with the PhD are worshiping her when she no fit to read or pass her name. She no fit to read out the paper when she carry for hand. Where my pikin wait 4 years ago read for you now. She no fit read that. And you are saying enough. Is it enough? Is enough of your impunity, your evil, your corruption, your wickedness upon the people? Or enough is enough that you have not done enough damage on people's life and destiny and future? Is it enough? Is enough that a graduate will get job? Enough is enough that a graduate will be doing Okada, a graduate will be frying akara, a graduate will be doing alabaru, a graduate will be doing scavenging in dustbin. Is it enough? Is enough that a graduate will run away from Nigeria just to escape and die in the desert and die in the Mediterranean Sea? It's good to say it can't show, because many of them, if they happen, they know they greet you. It happens to everybody. Those of you that travel in Nigeria documenting knows what I'm talking about. You encounter one disgrace or the other on the way. Look at this one, director. Nigeria is a place where the people were supposed they for top, they dey for under. When the people were not even supposed come into the scene at all, they not even reach the level of those where they under. Now then go dey for up. Now then they be your ministers. Now then they be your senators. They collect almost 3 million every month, or 300 million every month. They collect 300 million naira every month as their salary and allowance. And you are there crying for 60,000 naira that cannot pay your house rent. You cannot stand anything. You claim you be human being. Nigeria will survive. I know. You're not going to survive for grave. No people. When they gather, they deliberate. You think say na anything they deliberate. They go tell you the thing as e be, and then as e be, they go tell you, and they no go do anything, because that is the way it is. If you know what is good for you, if you know what is good for you, join forces now. Let us fight for Biafra. Join forces now. Let us fight for this Biafra. Because Biafra will end all this. Biafra is the only thing that will end all these things we you see.
For their own interest. But some
I want you to listen. Continued in Nigeria. I want to make everybody, don't think that these there 300 million, 250 million, certain, it has been like that. That is the way they have been ruling. I want you to listen to Adolu Adola. Listen to him. I think he started here. Listen.
That members of the National Assembly in Nigeria will soon be paid 8.6 billion naira just for wardrobe allowance. Hey, whoa. I said, hey, no, I refuse, I reject by fire, by force. What is that? 17 million for each member of the House of Assembly. That is like $87,000. And then 21.5 million naira for each senator. That is like $108,000. I said, for where? And then the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission released a list of allowances. They said that it is not 17 million, that it is just 506,000 naira per person. I said, even with that, there is God now 500,000 naira because of a outfit. No offense, but looks like somebody has been cheating our favorite professor, Mr. Obayagun. Yes, the way the man dresses. You don't have to look for something nicer. Najua Maga, how you doing? He's a very nice man. Very, very nice. We have interviewed him several times. I'm not yabbing the man, so you understand. But I'm trying to say that my tailor in Agege would do better. For 5,000 naira, they can give you something better. I can't believe the man was getting 506,000 naira. And this is what they could come up with. It is very sad. You and I can talk after the service. I can give you some contact. So you understand my tailor in Agege. I decided to take a look at that list by Revenue, Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission. Keep in mind that this was about 8 years ago. Suddenly, my eyes got big, my people. Let me put on my glasses. Vehicle loan, 8 million naira. Why do they call this thing loan, by the way? Do they ever pay it back? And then they said a vehicle fuel allowance and maintenance, 1.5 million naira. Che, which kind of petrol are these people using? 1.5 million just on petrol, and what kind of maintenance are you even doing when you are buying a new car? There is God's now. And then I saw something that really pissed me off. Domestic staff. What be domestic staff? Not be house boy, house girl. Che, the devil is a liar. 1.5 million naira just for your house boy and house girl. Why do we have to be the one to pay the salary for your house help? This is not right, eh? Continue. Entertainment ticket. 607,000 naira. Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. You know the one that got me the most? I saw newspaper. I said, what kind of newspaper? Who is still reading newspaper in Nigeria? Not before the internet, everybody they get their news. 303,000 naira just for newspaper. You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is starting to make me upset. And then they said yearly housing allowance. So you understand? 4 million naira per senator. And on top of that, I'm trying to see clearly, furniture allowance, 6 million naira. Chai! But you know, my main question is, what exactly are these people doing? Yes, as in, exactly what do they do? I've been trying to find out. Can somebody please educate me on what these people do? Because as of the last tenure, in 4 years, they only passed 100 and something bills. In the very last week, they passed 60 something bills within 10 minutes. Don't ask me how that happened, but they know they were living. They wanted to have some kind of good record. They passed 60 something bills in 10 minutes. I don't know how they did it. As if entertainment is not enough. Now waiting be recess. Recess 200. Hold on, let me see. 202,000 naira. What is recess? Isn't that when someone takes a nap or something? I thought it is a nursery school students that take recess. Now waiting be recess for senators, and they have to spend 202,000 naira each for recess. What is this? These people are robbing us. They are robbing us. They think that we are stupid. This is not right. When I calculated all these things, it was going to around 50 million naira. This is what do they call them? Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission released about 8 years ago. When the minimum wage is still how much? 18,000 naira. God bless you. I don't want to get upset, but these people they're making me upset. They're looking for my trouble. You know. By the way, my dear, this will be a good time for Zaman Ben Bruce. Yes, Zaman Ben Bruce. You know everything that he talked about at that time, about why they shouldn't be giving all these big allowances. This would be a good time for you, my Oga, you not do well, to lead by example. So you understand, Remember your promise, What is it? This is interesting. The man has promised to donate his own wardrobe allowance to widows and people in Osun State. This is good, This is good news, You not do well. I appreciate you doing that. I will wait though until I see you do it. But as much as I admire this, I don't know if that is really the solution, because this is just one person. Other people are still collecting. I think the main solution is that they don't collect this much. The Senate president, has he not said anything? With the current challenge we are facing as a nation, RMAFC will be reviewing allowances to reflect the current economic trend. Thank you. Is he saying that they will reduce all these allowances? I'm so happy to hear this. Senate President, what is this photo doing there? You mean it? Saraki is the new Senate President. There is God. I think I will just wait to see this go into effect before I rejoice, because my dear, what is wrong with you? Have I said anything? I just said, this man is the Senate President. That was all I said. Why must you put up an article like this? You are looking for...
Anyway, we have gotten where I wanted us to get. The Nigeria you hear is evil. Make I call them like that. Nigeria na evil. Not true, be that one. Whether you agree, whether you don't agree, Nigeria remains evil. And so that is the Nigeria for you. When you see people fighting, calling, doing that, doing the other one, the other one, the other one, you know they ask waiting to happen. My people, fight for your life, oh. Now, early hours before you go too late. Because if it's too late, you know go feel fight them. Now we get time to fight for our freedom. Now, if we do not fight now, we no go fit fight again. So let us all wake up and fight for our freedom now. I beg everybody, let us wake up and fight for our freedom now. So anywhere you they watch from, they join from, if you have not been supporting this freedom, if you have not been sponsoring this freedom in any manner, in any way, begin to do something. I beg you. I beg you. If you see what is going on today around the world, you will find out that you will know rather that the only hope you have is Biafra. Even the hope of Africa is Biafra. You see, Traore of Burkina Faso today, he's become the enemy of the world because he has brought or he is bringing technology. Traore now have drones, his own drones. He now monitors what goes on in the whole Africa from Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso that was so useless country. But that is not the issue. The issue is that they want him dead. Every now and then, coup attempt, coup attempt, coup attempt. Why foiling the coup? Why? They foil the coup every time. But God did there. God did there to stop them. God did there to overcome them. They don't want anything good for you. You remember Thomas Sankara? You remember Thomas Sankara? The same thing. The same thing. The same way this Traore is fighting now was the same way Sankara was fighting. And they removed him. Remember Molumba? Same thing. Molumba was his name. They don't want Africa to survive. But this time, Africa is awakened. I beg you, try and like this video anywhere you're watching me from. Try and like this video. As of end this program, remember we have one thing. We have one thing, and that one thing alone is freedom. No matter what anybody say, anyhow anybody may say it, what you need is your freedom and nothing more but your freedom. So I beg everybody, wake up. As they recruit Boko Haram, they train them into Nigerian army. Recruit yourself and train yourself into Freedom Army. They are recruiting Boko Haram, training them into Nigerian army. Recruit yourself, train yourself into Biafran freedom fighter. It will do you a better good. It will do you a better good. I know they go show you anything, but I just want you to see. More than 600 repentant Boko Haram fighters undergoes training today. Okay, there's more. Let me just play so you go see. Because when we they talk and people know they understand. I want you to see this one before we go. Just more than 600. Hold on, where do I share from? Make I put and make you see them.
Boko Haram.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. How do I add it to the screen? Okay. Watch the video now. Watch.
The Northeast Development Commission has pledged to support the de-radicalization of repentant Boko Haram combatants, codenamed Operation Safe Corridor. Managing Director of the Commission, Goni Al-Kali, made the commitment during a visit to the camp where the former fighters are being trained in vocational skills. Larry Adeyemi has more on the story.
There are 606 former insurgents in this hall. This is the largest batch that the federal government has.
Did you hear that? 606. See, I'm for up here. See, I'm here. They are undergoing training. This one, according to one, no be the old one.
Has been able to bring together to reorient and to reintegrate into society. The officials of the presidential initiative on the Northeast are in this hall today to interact with them. The purpose of the interaction is to reassure these former fighters that the Nigerian government really means to accept them back and the society would welcome them. Another thing is to also see how the presidential initiative can support this humanitarian operation.
Operation Safe Corridor has continued to expand from the first batch of 97 to the second batch of 243, and now over 600 Boko Haram fighters. Operation Safe Corridor is a critical element in defeating the insurgency in Nigeria's northeast region. The managing director of the Northeast Development Commission took the time to interact with the clients.
Yes, something has happened. These people have said no to what they did before. Some, in fact, they joined this thing involuntarily or they're caused into it or whatever. So our job in North Commission is to do a lot of mass campaign to educate people on why integration is very, very important for all of us.
The military briefed their guests about operations in the camp and their achievements. They also showed off vocational skills taught to aid self-reliance after the reintegration process.
The school that is right opposite us, we provided for them boreholes, we provided beddings for the hostels, and then we have conducted 2 rounds of.
The important thing is that you don't see the news. To know say we know the lie. Where they think they over 600 repentant Boko Haram fighters undergo training. Today. This one that happened today. No be last year home. No be last month home. Today. I beg you try and like my video for me. Like the video. And thank you so much for watching. God bless you. God bless you. We'll continue. We are not stopping. Because see, on your question on Kaya Ghana, we no go stop. We are not stopping. Thank you so much. And bye for now.